planetary citizens, kings and queens and in-betweens, and friends. My name is Ismael Ahmed. I am the director of the Concert of Colors, Detroit's Diversity Festival. I also am the host of This Island Earth, a radio show on Detroit Public Radio on WDET. And let me start by giving you some information. If you'd like to contact me, you can go to concertofcolors.com. That's one word, concertofcolors.com. You can contact me and find out about the Concert of Colors. You can see some of the footage from last year. We have all the performances there, who our sponsors are, and the history of the Concert of Colors. So what we're not able to talk about today, you can find by going there. Secondly, if you're interested in the global radio show that I do, it's called This Island Earth. You can go to WDET.org to podcast it. We're a weekly program, again, on Detroit Public Radio. Having said that, the Concert of Colors was created by Detroit's communities of color. That includes the African-American community, the Arab community, the Latinx community, and also the Asian and Native American communities. It was put together by a coalition who wanted not only to share each other's culture and music, but also to share each other's struggles and work, and so that we would have a network when times were difficult or when one of the communities needed the support of the other. The Concert of Colors is 28 years old now, but it's still based in the same ideas. We've broadened the Concert of Colors to include performances from all over the world and from every country in the world. We're also Detroit-centric in that we spend a lot of time on performances from the city of Detroit. Well-known artists like the Temptations or Martha and the Vandellas, but also a lot of lesser-known artists. It's also true for world music. We've had major performances every year for all 28 years, to include Femi and Seun Kuti. Let's see, who else? Buffy St. Marie. But we've also had people like Little Richard and Ray Charles and Bo Diddley. But we also focus in on multicultural performances, a lot of Latin performances, Eddie Palmieri, Los Lobos, Ozo Motley, the Machito Orchestra, and many, many others. Luckily, the people in our coalition help us to figure out what makes sense to represent those communities. And we've had a lot of bands up from Mexico as well. I won't list them, but you get the idea. So we also do a thing called the Don Was Review. Don Was is the largest record producer in the world. He's the head of Blue Note Records. And what he does is he works to do a Detroit review around a theme every year. For instance, last year, we did a tribute to John Lee Hooker. The year before, we did something, a tribute to the 1967 rebellion in Detroit. So we played music of rebellion. I think you're starting to get the idea that we're not just about the music. We're also about the fight for equality, whether that's against racism or sexism or so many other things, you know, anti-colonialism. All those things are a part of what we do. So we're not just a festival, even though now we've become a bit orthodox. We're part of another coalition that includes all the major arts organizations in the city of Detroit, and that includes the Charles Wright African American Museum, the Detroit Institute of Arts. By the way, Diego Rivera's mural is in the Institute of Arts. It's gorgeous. Also, we have the Arab American National Museum, which I helped to found. Before I did this, I was the director of Access, the largest Arab immigrant organization in the country. It's in 26 cities, and it provides human services, arts. In fact, it founded the Arab American National Museum, which also does presentations, global presentations. And it's an advocacy organization, especially focused in on the needs of immigrants and immigration. And so, so you can see a lot of the things that I've done and all the other people who work with me, because it takes a huge coalition of people to make things happen. You'll find that our festival is a little different than most festivals. We don't just bring in the big star. We're a street-based festival. We work from the ground up, working with the community groups to help figure out what to do, and then to bring things into the community, as well as the major institutions. Having said all that, the one thing I would say is we like to collaborate with others. We're part of the worldwide world music movement, and especially those festivals that are activists across the planet. And we'd like to cooperate with anybody else who is interested. Again, you can contact me at Ismael Ahmed by going to concertofcolors.com, and you can podcast the show by going to wdet.org. Finally, I have one last thing to say. Remember that we're all brothers and sisters. Take care of each other.
Gobierno de México.